You know those banners that pop up when you get a double kill or triple kill? Well, did you know they actually change depending on what mastery level you have on your champion? For example, I have level 7 mastery on Fiora, which is why when I got a triple kill here, you can see my mini blue level 7 masteries below my Fiora icon. Additionally, Zoe was mastery level 5, so she had a red icon below hers. Here's another example of a level 7 mastery Lucian getting a double kill on a level 6 mastery Lee Sin. It's a super small detail, but it's pretty cool. Did you know that only 4.83% of players have played on every single champion at least once? And I'm sure that number is just going to get smaller and smaller considering Riot keeps adding so many more. Also, in case you were wondering, the average amount of champions people have played with is 67. Speaking of playing with things, best transition ever, you can also play with the sponsor of today's video, Buff. Imagine a world you can get free skins for just playing your favorite games. Well, it turns out that world is this world thanks to Buff. Buff is an app authorized by Overwolf, a world-leading gaming app platform that you can literally earn money by playing the games I know that you guys already play. We're talking CSGO, League, Dota 2, Fortnite, Minecraft, PUBG if you still play that, Valorant, and even Halo Infinite. Buff has over 4 million users, and all you have to do to start earning is download Buff, obviously, and then just let it sit in the background, which by the way has absolutely no effect on your gaming performance whatsoever. After that, you'll earn Buff points over time, which you can use to buy these insane rewards that range from RP all the way to PC equipment. You can even earn extra points through challenges they have. Buff is completely safe, and they use the money they get from subscriptions and ads to offer you these crazy rewards. Also, Buff is doing a crazy giveaway, and they're giving 500 Buff points to 5 different people, and all you have to do to enter is download Buff for free with my link in the description and type hashtag downloaded Buff in the comments and put your Buff username next to it. Alright, and back to the video. Did you know you can type emojis in the League of Legends chat? Well, you're not exactly supposed to be able to. You see, there's a list of commands you can type in that aren't really meant for the public, but can do certain things. One of those things is pretty harmless, and you can create a bunch of different emotes like all the ranked symbols. Additionally, here's a list of all the other emotes and commands you can type in. Now, with that being said, you can also do some very sketchy things like disabling chat with a very simple command, which is %I. There was even a rumor going around that you could type for other people in the game. Like you could put in a command that made it so whatever you said showed up as someone else saying it, which, you know, could lead to a few problems. Anyways, I am assuming this will be patched by the time I release this video, but if not, use at your own risk. These are the top 5 most popular skins in League of Legends. In the number 5 spot, we have High Noon Lucian with a 20.3% pick rate. In the number 4 spot, we have Dark Cosmic Jhin with a 23.9% pick rate. In the number 3 spot, we have Project Vayne with a 28.1% pick rate. In the runner-up spot, we have Star Guardian Jinx with a 28.2% pick rate. And lastly, the most popular skin in League of Legends is Elementalist Lux with a 34.7% pick rate, which I suppose makes sense since it's technically 10 skins in one. The record this year for the fastest kill in League of Legends was 26.3 seconds, done by a player named Rolled Steve from the OCE server. 26 seconds on paper doesn't sound incredibly fast, but it takes 15 seconds to just get out of the fountain itself, so it's pretty impressive. Additionally, the fastest death this year was done in 22.328 seconds on Yuumi by a player called Residente on the LAS server. Now, if you're wondering why the death timer is so much faster than the kill timer, it's most likely because they executed somehow, but honestly, I really have no idea because 22.328 seconds is just insane. I couldn't even get to a turret in that time. Anyways, moving on. Did you know that the sound for Elder Drake was created with piano wire and a violin bow? I had to get pretty creative when it comes to some of these sounds, like Saya's Feathers, for example. That sound was made by slingshotting washers. Or Pyke's abilities. Those were recorded by drowning a plastic bowl and bottle against its will. And some of Ivern's sounds were of a piece of rope being tortured between 2 wooden planks. About a month ago now, this question showed up on Jeopardy. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio and Blitzcrank, and Dr. Mundo as well, fighting champions in this online video game. What is not the question I would have used for this, but Jeopardy does what Jeopardy does, I guess. This guy called Rena Angel has made some pretty hilarious low-budget cosplays, and these are some of my favorites. First up, we got Exhaust, which looks like it took a surprising amount of planning. Next up, we got a Mumu. Very nice. Next is Baron, very creative with the hand. Then we have an Inhibitor, something I didn't even know was possible to cosplay. And lastly, we have a Warwick. Discord. Nice job. The new reigning champion for the champion that is most likely to AFK in your game is surprisingly Janna. Janna players have a 3.49% chance of AFKing in your game across all regions. On the flip side, the most loyal champion and the champion least likely to AFK is Renata Glask at 0.36%. When you go to Zed in the client, all of his abilities are of him fighting the current Akali, but for some reason Zed's passive shows him fighting the old one. If you're not aware, MSI is being played on 35 ping this year, which is causing a lot of controversy around all the pro teams there. To us commoners, 35 ping doesn't seem like much, but for a lot of these professional players, it can actually make a huge difference. The reason ping is even present in the first place is because RNG is participating from China, which is forcing all the teams there to also play on the ping. Additionally, from what we've been told so far, the ping also feels super inconsistent, which makes things even worse. So it's likely the mechanics at MSI won't be on par with some of the other tournaments. Rise currently has one of the worst win rates in the game right now, but not only that, it's one of the worst win rates we've seen by any champion for a while. At the moment, Rise has an atrocious 41.9% win rate. For perspective, the next lowest win rate is Zeri with a 44.4% win rate. It's over a 3% difference. So if I were you, I'd try and stay away from the Blue Man group for a while, and if you see it in your game, maybe consider dodging. Also, what you should do is poke that sub button if you're enjoying, because a lot of you watching aren't subscribed. And here's a puppy. Thanks. The win rates for sides on ARAM is kind of stacked. Blue side wins 52.5% of the time, and the red side only wins 47.5% of the time. So if you're on the red side and you lose your ARAM game, just blame it on life. If you didn't see the EG versus Order game at MSI, you also probably missed the new update where Leona can now fly. Vulcan decided to go on a magical journey after moving in with Leona Z.
Live long and prosper to the stars, one might say. You may have also taken the NA meme of near airport. Way too literal. You don't have to fly home yourself.
If you think League of Legends is a waste of time, you're probably right, but on the bright side, you're still doing better than this guy, Iron Man 4. Iron Man 4 holds the record this year for the most wards placed in one game, which was 3,033. I can't even begin to imagine spending an entire League of Legends game placing over 3,000 wards, but you know, whatever makes you happy, I suppose. Did you know back in 2016, Riot Games threw a real Nautilus or a semi-real Nautilus in the ocean to act as an artificial reef for marine life? They placed the Nautilus Reef around Moreton Bay off the coast of Queensland, Australia. So if you're ever in the area, feel free to swing by and say hi. If you hate completing the tutorial, you should take a page out of this guy's book because he holds the record for the fastest tutorial completion at 1 minute and 55 seconds. And honestly, knowing some of this stuff is kind of helpful because for starters, I didn't know you could just ignore the minions at the start and just walk straight up and ult the Scion flying at your face. However, there should probably be a warning saying that results may not end the same in a real game. After that, the dude just took Darius and ran it straight down mid for a crazy fast tutorial run. The average odds of seeing a pentakill in your game are about 1 in 150 matches, but the odds of actually getting a pentakill yourself is around 1 in 1,500 matches. However, the odds of you getting a pentakill drastically change depending on which champion you're playing. For example, the champion who has the highest chance of getting a pentakill on Summoner's Rift is Samira, who will get one 2.3% of the time, or 1 in every 430 matches. The next best champion is Yi, who gets a pentakill about 1.8% of the time, and in third place is Katarina at 1.2% of the time. ARAM is a little different story, however, because Yi actually has the highest chance of getting a penta there, specifically getting one 8.2% of the time. Samira is right behind Yi, getting a penta 7.1% of the time. There used to be an item in the game called Athene's Holy Grail, and the item was named after a player named Athene, who was a summoner who recruited 5,000 people to play League of Legends back in the day. In other words, he potentially ruined 5,000 people's lives and got rewarded for doing so. And before the item was renamed, it used to be called Chalice of Discord. During the alpha testing of League of Legends, Willump was simply called Yeti, and Nunu was actually a girl named Euralia that had the ability to freeze her enemies into place with blasts of cold. A little bit different from the Nunu and Willump we know today. Tristana's dragon name on the Tristana dragon skin is Rigi. Did you know that League of Legends actually has names for each of the different mastery levels for each of the different classes? Technically speaking, if you're playing an assassin with level 1 masteries, you're a rogue. But if you have level 7 masteries, well, you're a fucking death master. So make sure next time you're in a League of Legends game to introduce yourself properly so people know who they're dealing with. Since the release of League of Legends in 2009, there has been $92,635,340.55 won in prize money. And the player to have won most of it is of course Faker, winning almost $1.4 million in prize money. Also, if you're curious, League of Legends is number 4 when it comes to top games awarding prize money. And third is Fortnite with $118,840,316.05. And second is Counter-Strike with $133,377,039.73. And in first is Dota with an insane $284,382,006.29. This person created a Demon Slayer OP of League of Legends characters, and it actually looks amazing. Like, the detail that went into this is seriously impressive. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see the full thing. Did you know that chests only drop champion shards worth 4,800 blue essence or more? Additionally, you can't get a skin valued lower than 520 RP. This is what Summoner's Rift would look like if it were realistic, which is just ridiculous. I mean, it looks like something straight out of Lord of the Rings. Additionally, this is what ARAM would look like if it were realistic. I mean, the Summoner's Rift one was cool, but this is insane. I mean, it doesn't even look like League anymore. The attention to detail is unreal. It'd actually be sick if Riot made it so you could switch back and forth between an RTX mode. I'd definitely try this out. When you're playing Mordekaiser on the practice tool, you can make the death realm look a little less deathy by ulting twice. Not sure how helpful this is for normal games, but you know, useless information. By the way, speaking of Mord's death realm, did you know emotes cast inside of it will also disappear once the realm disappears? This is a great clip. Last year during the LPL summer split, I Will Dominate was casting and noticed how awesome it was that Jackie Love was staying away from the turret so he didn't get killed. And then, well, you know, you can just watch the rest.
Yeah, and I really like what Jackie Love did here, respecting the fact that because of support roam top, they most likely will look for a dive if he attends this turret. So he uses the ult to clear out the wave, and he keeps himself safe by not walking the turret and opening himself up for that nocturne dive. Perfect.
I feel like we're just in a therapy session about the PTSD, and oh no, oh, you talked about the bot lane die. Dom,
never mind.
Congrats, you've just done your first caster curse.
And finally, if you go to the practice tool and fast forward 30 seconds, you can make Vel'Koz aggressively wiggle. And if that's not worth a like and subscribe, I don't know what is. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. An insane massive shout out to Ryan for becoming a God tier patron, or better known as Cheststorm, and thank you so much to my other tier 3 patrons, Stefan, Noctek, and James, as well as all my other patrons as well. All right, bye.